Hello friends, and in this video we're going to be drawing this sword in this case, on that stone, in this forest. Let's get into it. It can be fun to draw characters. It can really be fun to put those characters into worlds, and I love it when a world feels bigger than the characters that are in it. And so doing scenes like this are very fun for me. We're going to start by drawing a line down the middle, and then we're going to take about 1/5 of that line, go up. That is where our hilt is going to rest. And we're going to fill in our actual blade piece. Now I like a curved hilt, so that's what I'm doing. You don't want to make that hilt too wide here when you're in the actual handle piece. You want to still be able to hold it, and I'm going to put some ridges in it. And then I want to work on putting a, what is that called? A gem, a jewel on the bottom of it. Now we're going to put our box in. That's just 2 rectangles, something for it to sit in. And now we can start doing fun outdoor pieces here. So these are vines that are going to go up to the box and a little bit into the box. Maybe they're reaching for the sword. Maybe the sword's been there for a really long time. That's our stone that's going on the outside. So we want to make sure that the vines go over it. We got to erase any lines that would cross through the stone. And actually the stone is where we're going to start shading. So start playing with your pencil. Find some spots that are good for you. I'm going to have the lighting kind of come, if you think about it, down and left. And so aside from the actual shapes of the rock, we're going to put in some shadow behind the box on the bottom left and the right side a little bit. That way it looks like the sun is coming in, maybe through in between the trees. We're going to put some rays of light, but from the top left. And then we got to think about this. This isn't a flat stone, even though it might be sitting flat on the stone's top. The stone goes up from the ground, and so there's going to be some shading that happens all around the side there as well. If you turn your pencil so that it's flat, you can cover a lot of ground smoothly. It almost looks like a little charcoaly effect, and then you can go through and erase that. And so that's what I'm doing here, not just with that stone to cover. You see that light that's coming across it. It's a little bit of a harsh light, but I'm going to keep it because I'm okay with that. High fantasy usually has high contrasts. And we're going to do the same thing with the sword. We're going to go through, we're going to charcoal it, and then we're going to erase some spots, and the eraser is going to give us that light. Now we're going to play with the cushion that it's sitting on. I'm thinking kind of like a blanket almost cushion kind of feel. So it's, there's wrinkles in it, there's wraps, and there's bends. And for that, you just kind of draw your lines around. Maybe some of those are coming out from the blade, but you don't want to do that too much. Otherwise, it starts to look like you didn't intend for it to. It starts to almost look like maybe lightning's coming out of the blade or something, which is a cool effect. You can do that. Just won't give that cloth effect. And then I'm going to use the eraser again to start reinserting. Well, where would light be on this? And just play with that. You'll get comfortable with it. You can double down on shading like I did with the sword if you want there. Same thing here. I'm going to add more shading to my box that the sword is actually sitting in. I want it to look like those rays of light are running off the stone, off the box, and off the sword before, traveling deeper into the forest. And so I'm going to put some of those light lines right there. You can use exactly where I do. I think those are great spots to put the light. That's my opinion. And before you know it, you are staring at a sword in the forest. Sort of. You don't actually have any shading on your vines, and you don't have a forest floor yet. But to do that, really easy. Just do that charcoal thing I said where you turn your pencil kind of sideways. Make big strokes, put them in multi-directions because grass isn't all floating one way most of the time, and you start to pan out a forest floor. This isn't hyper detailed, but again, I think that's okay because I think you see the picture of it. I think it's good detail. I think your brain fills in things. I also think this doesn't distract from the sword. I think this fills out in a supporting kind of way where the sword is at, what the sword has going on. I think those vines help sew those pieces. You could put in flowers. That's something I thought about doing. I was like, maybe I'll do some aerial flowers. That is totally up to you. It is totally okay, whatever you decide. If you decide you want to put in more like, tighter flourishes, you can do that. I'm going to do that on the top, I think. I'll put like a couple of just like sharper, smaller details in there just to read maybe grass a little more intensely there. And then I'm going to leave it be because, again, I don't want to do too much. Guys, before you know it, you are looking at an accomplished full photo that you have made using nothing more than a pencil and some paper of a sword in the forest. I wonder what the story behind this sword is. Well, if you would like to hear that, or if you would like to continue to learn how to draw and to draw with me, just make sure you like and you subscribe, and more videos will be coming out shortly. Thanks so much, guys.